Alright, hello everyone. My name is Kane Pereira, and I'm going to be doing a quick demo on one of the front-end applications I just created called an LED diagram sketcher. And what this is basically is it is a data extraction tool. So it takes data from a CSV file, so basically some sort of text file, and it allows you to create sketches based on the data in that text file. And then once you have everything you want, you can turn it into a PDF file and download it. So I'm going to show you guys real quick how this works. So we get this up and running. Go here. And this is the application. So as you can see here, this looks like one of those engineering drawings where you have your drawing info at the bottom, where your logo would go, address, description, who drew it, the dimensions and revisions, all that stuff. And then on the left side here we have the actual model of the drawings that we want to sketch based on the data and the screen dimensions that will map onto this drawing here. So first let's walk through the CSV file. So as you can see here, there's 4 entries: Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. When we take a look here, you see these options. So let's select one for fun. And as you can see, it populates this dimension area and it populates the drawing. Then you can add, and this is all using React, by the way. You get floor distance of 12, and it dynamically changes. If I want to change everything, there's like an overflow that it doesn't go out of bounds here, but this would technically mimic like an install of an LED screen. So these are the dimensions here, and this is the distance to the floor. So if I change it to Saturn, you get the new dimensions. Change it to Jupiter, you get the new dimensions. And basically, now that you have everything mapped, you can pretty much add data. So let's say I add a bunch of extra data here, right? You're not limited to those options. I just have to refresh. Now you have all the options we just added and all the measurements, and then you can create a custom drawing based on these measurements. So let's do one as a test. Let's go back to Jupiter, right? So these are the measurements here, 20, put that, and then I'll put Kane as the title. I'll put Kane's masterpiece. Kane's masterpiece. Drawer, who drew the drawing? Kane. Department, let's say electrical. Date, Christmas Eve. I know it's a few days early, but you know, we're all festive, you know. Let's enjoy the holiday season. Okay, so once I have everything that I want in my drawing, I will now click download. And there you have it. You get a PDF output of this drawing that we just created on the fly, right? So basically, how this is all working is this CSV file is using a library in JavaScript called Papa Parse, or some people call it Papa Parse. And it basically parses the CSV, all this text here, and it basically maps it to this dropdown. So once I map everything to the dropdown, I can change to as many options as I want, whatever's on this list, and it'll give me those values dynamically. So it'll just change on the fly. So this over here as well, these are all managed by React webhooks or React hooks to manage state. So you either have like libraries like Redux, you have context. In this case, I'm using webhooks because I just found it simpler to use because there's just one main page. It's just a one-page application, so I didn't need to use anything complicated, right? So basically what happens is once you have state, what happens here, I can explain state really quickly. This is blank state, for example, and let's say I fill it with data, 12. This is what you would call a state change. So the way we handle state changes is something has to hold this state in order for us to do something with it. So So if I want to print it, I need a way to hold all this data as it is here before I can print it, and then take that state and give it to something that can print it. So once I have this, I have to give it to this library. So when I go to download and I hit download, let's go to the download section. There's two libraries I'm using here. One is HTML to Canvas and one is JS PDF. So HTML to Canvas basically just takes this whole section, and if you look really closely, there's a little border in gray. So it takes a screenshot of that section and then it converts that to an image. And then the JS PDF library, it then takes that image and converts it to the PDF that we just downloaded here. And that's what we used for state management. So this is all purely front end. Some ideas would be, if you want to take it further, you could add a back end. So for example, when I refresh the page, everything disappears. So another addition to this project, if you wanted to take it another step further, is to make it a full stack application, front to back end, and hold this state. So that way, if you do refresh it, if you do go to another screen and come back, you don't lose any data. So that's my explanation of this LED diagram sketcher. And yeah, feel free to try it. I'm going to put the source code below and let me know what you guys think. Anyways, thank you. See you guys. Happy holidays.